The hospital doctor looked at my husband and asked, "Are you sure you're the father?" My hands went cold. My 9 year secret was out. What happened next changed everything I thought I knew about love, family, and forgiveness. This is my story. My name is Sarah. I'm 34 years old. I teach at an elementary school in Brighton, England. I have been married to David for 9 years. He is quiet and thoughtful. People say he listens more than he talks. They're right. He listens, he forgives, he trusts me completely. But I have been keeping a secret from him for almost 10 years. I never wanted to lie. I didn't plan for my life to turn out this way. But sometimes one mistake leads to another, and then it becomes your whole truth. Before I met David, I was in love with someone else. His name was Ryan. We met in my last year at university. He laughed a lot and had wild ideas. He wasn't like the careful people I grew up with. Ryan was exciting. He wanted to start a business, travel, live freely. I loved him for that. He made me feel free. We were together for 2 years. We dreamed about moving to Bristol and starting a life together. But my family didn't like him. His parents didn't like me either. They said we were too different. Different beliefs, different goals, different everything. I tried to fight for our relationship, but Ryan changed. He became distant. Then, one day, he disappeared. No call, no message, nothing. A few weeks later, I found out I was pregnant. I sat on the bathroom floor holding the test, shaking. My parents would never accept a child from a man they didn't like. I didn't know where Ryan was. I didn't know if he wanted the baby, so I stayed quiet. I cried, then tried to move on. That's when David came into my life. He was kind and calm, the opposite of Ryan. We met at a dinner party through a family friend. I didn't tell him I was pregnant. I didn't tell anyone. I was scared. David liked me. He visited often. He brought small gifts. He asked about my day. I didn't love him then, but he felt safe. When he asked me to marry him, I said yes. I told myself I could learn to love him. Maybe love wasn't always about passion. Maybe it could be about kindness. We married quickly. I told David the baby was his. He believed me. He was happy. When our son Oliver was born, he held him like he had waited all his life. "He's perfect," he said. "He's ours." I wanted to scream the truth, but I couldn't. I watched David change diapers, make bottles, stay awake all night to rock Oliver to sleep. Every day he gave his heart to that boy. Every day I kept my secret. As Oliver grew, I saw pieces of Ryan in him. Dark hair, sharp chin, the way he smiled when he got what he wanted. David didn't notice. He thought Oliver looked like me. Maybe a little, but I knew the truth. Years passed. We became a normal family. Park on Sundays, beach trips, birthdays with cake and balloons. David never doubted anything. He was a good husband. I tried to be a good mother, but the guilt never left me. Then, one Saturday, everything changed. Oliver had a school football match. David and I were there cheering. Suddenly, Oliver collapsed. The coach ran. I screamed. David ran to him. An ambulance came. At the hospital, doctors said Oliver needed blood fast. They checked David first. Later, the doctor returned with a strange look. "Are you sure you're the father?" he asked. David stared. I froze. My hands were cold. The doctor explained the blood types didn't match. It was impossible. That night, I told David everything about Ryan, about my pregnancy, about why I lied. I cried the whole time. David didn't stop me. When I was done, he walked into Oliver's room. He didn't say anything. I stayed in the hall. A few days later, Oliver came home. He was tired, but better. One afternoon, we got a call from school. Oliver had hit another boy. When David asked why, Oliver said, "That boy told me you're not my real dad." David hugged him. "That's not true. I'm your dad in every way that matters." That night, I went outside. A car pulled up. A man got out. My legs felt weak. It was Ryan. "He's mine, isn't he?" he asked. I couldn't speak. He didn't wait. I want to see him. I want to know my son, he said. David came to the door. He saw Ryan, saw me, and understood everything. Ryan looked at David. We need to talk, he said. David nodded. Come in, he said. Inside, Ryan sat. David stood by the window. I have a right to see my son, Ryan said. David didn't move. You have no idea who that boy is. You weren't there for his first steps. You didn't stay up when he had nightmares. You didn't teach him to tie his shoelaces. Ryan's face tightened. That's not my fault. I didn't know. She never told me. I would have come back if I had known. David laughed softly. Ready now. That's nice. But we've already done the hard part. You can't just walk in and act like a hero. Ryan insisted on a DNA test. If Oliver was his, he wanted shared custody, court if he had to. David stayed quiet. I asked, do you still love me? He looked at me. I love Oliver. That's what matters. The test confirmed it. Ryan was Oliver's biological father. Ryan asked for visitation. David wanted to refuse, but the lawyer said we couldn't stop him. Ryan got every other Saturday. David became protective. He didn't want Ryan in our home. He didn't talk much to me. I knew our love was breaking. I suggested therapy. David didn't want to. What's the point, he asked. We can heal. We have to, for Oliver, for us, I said. We saw Helen, our therapist. I told David everything. He told me how lonely he felt after the truth, how he wanted to leave but couldn't walk away from Oliver. One day, Helen asked David, what do you want most? I want to be Oliver's dad in every way. I want to adopt him. Ryan refused at first. David said, we're not erasing you. We're choosing love. Oliver deserves a dad who's here every day. Ryan agreed. Oliver was 8 when David adopted him. At the courthouse, I held both their hands. Oliver smiled. Now you're really my dad. I always was, David said. Ryan stopped visiting. He sent a birthday card one year, then nothing. We continued therapy. Some wounds take years to heal. We had tough days. Some nights we argued, but we looked at Oliver, smart, kind, strong, and knew why we kept going. I asked David, why did you stay? Because I made a promise, because love isn't about blood, it's about showing up every day, even when it hurts, he said. We traveled to Devon one summer, walked on the beach, picked stones. Oliver ran into cold water. We laughed. David's hand was always on Oliver's shoulder. That hand told the real story of our family. On Oliver's 9th birthday, he gave a speech. My family isn't perfect, but it's mine, and I love it. Later, David said, love is a choice, a hard one, and I choose you. I choose both of you. Some things are too big for words. They live in small gestures, quiet rooms, shared cups of tea. 2 years later, I saw Ryan at the supermarket. He asked, how is he? I said, he's happy, he's loved. He said, I thought I was ready, but I wasn't. Oliver already had a dad. He thanked us and left. Now 3 years have passed since that hospital day, the day everything fell apart. Or maybe the day everything began. We still have tough days. Marriage isn't a movie, love isn't clean, but our house is full of warmth. We eat together, talk more, say sorry faster, say thank you more, and we tell Oliver every day that he is enough, wanted, loved. Sometimes I think about the past, but I remember where I am now. The truth saved us, even if it broke us first. If you've made mistakes too, know this: you are not alone. Healing begins with honesty. Sometimes love doesn't leave. Sometimes it stays.